You know, this one word is my favorite word that essentially I live by. I feel like it's the most important word, and here's the reason why. You know, every single day of your life, whether you get up and you procrastinate, if you don't procrastinate, you really hit the reset clock of your life every single day that you get up. And you may have good moments, you may have bad moments, but in the military, you might hear the phrase, "We may have lost the battle, but we won the war." You may have a bad day or a bad week or a bad month or a bad year, okay? But what matters is what you make up after that, okay? Because your life every single day, every single week, etc., these are all just small battles, but the war itself is your entire life, okay? And the only way to win your life, to be successful, to be happy. I mean, you have battles on all fronts. You have your personal relationships with your friends. You have your romantic relationship with your girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever, right? You have your job. These are all different areas of your life, okay? And you have to win them all. And any one of them essentially can bring you down. And maybe not completely, but it'll definitely pull you down in different directions. If you have problems with your wife or your girlfriend or your husband, boyfriend, whatever you got, right? That could make room to have potential to pull your work production down. Or maybe you're thinking about that. If you're a professional athlete, before you get on bat, you got to be focused. You know, everything touches everything that's in your life. And you have many battles, and this is every single day. And honestly, I don't really know what the answer is, but every time I see that word and I think about that word, war, it reminds me to fight. It reminds me to light a fuse with that rage inside me that motivates me to get everything done accomplished. Because the last thing that you want to do is when you recap in your mind at night what you didn't get done is to think that you're behind. There's nothing wrong with winning a race and being ahead, just like there's nothing wrong with being a professional athlete and beating the opposing team by multiple points. All right, you ever seen a football team? Maybe they're up by 10. Keep pushing. Be up by 20. Okay? It's better to be offensive than defensive. The best defense is a good offense, right? So, um, I just, I really just wanted to share that. And if you really just tap into yourself and just think, if you just focus on one word, like I'm trying to make my jujitsu a lot more simple. I'm making my comedy a lot more simple. And there's a certain beauty to simplicity. It's not complicated. It's at face value, and you can really appreciate it when something. Sometimes when people talk too much about something, they can be very confusing, right? So what I'm really trying to do with my jujitsu and with my comedy, and in life, is make things as simple as possible because that gives me more time. Somebody told me once that if you want to find the easiest way to do something, give that job, okay, give that task to the laziest person that you know. It sounds crazy, but his point is that by doing so, they will find the easiest way of doing it. That's the way that you should do everything. You should have the most easy, meaning most efficient. Don't be wasting time. Okay. Now, when you think lazy, you might think procrastination, but I just mean efficient. Try to be the most efficient and simplistic that you can, because by doing so, you'll have more time. You'll have more time in your life to, in my circumstance, to work on comedy, to exercise, to do jujitsu, to meditate, to stretch. I have this checklist that every single morning I do, or I try to do. And honestly, I don't get all of it done every single day. So every day I am behind, and I hate it. It's the worst. But it's better than finishing. My list is also very long. Um, and in my opinion, it's better to have things that are unfinished because your list is too long compared to getting everything done in a day and not have anything else to do. Do you know what that means? That means that you can get a jump on tomorrow. You can literally, essentially, like time travel, right? Because you're working for today, excuse me, for tomorrow today. And how do you do that? You keep moving forward. You're always moving forward. You're never stopping. You're beating that team. You're beating your future self, okay? By getting more done today. You're over accomplishing things. All right. And that's never a bad thing. So I just wanted to share that, like I said, because it's something that it's what I wanted to talk about on this podcast. Um, and I feel like, as I always mention, at the very least, me hearing these ideas and beliefs and stuff like that out loud, all right, it's a physical imprint to my memory that instills it to make me better. And the bonus is if you're listening to this, it can make you better too. Because this war that you wage of your entire life, this battle every single day that you get up in the morning, right? It can always be made up. You may have a bad year, but your next year could be 10 times better, right? So you didn't really lose anything. If you have a really bad year or a bad week and your next week is 10 times better, well, you just made 10 times more progress than you would if you had a good week and a good week. You had a bad week and then like an amazing 10 times better week. So don't get focused. Don't get focused on what doesn't get accomplished. Focused on what you did get done and what needs to be done. And in between, just ride the wave. Just be a production machine. You know what I'm saying? And you can go even harder in the paint. You could go even deeper in that production if it's something that you're truly passionate about. Not everyone has like a dream about doing something bigger than themselves, you know, like joining the military or working to be a professional stand-up comedian alone, letting go of their day job. And you don't have to. You don't have to have a dream, okay? But I feel like it's almost impossible not to have ambitions, not to have ambitions about losing weight, being a better friend, doing something for somebody, for yourself. You know, the strive of excellence is always something, it's always pursued. Nobody just doesn't want anything. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's something that you're passionate about, it's more than just something at face value, okay? You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to push. You're going to have to be relentless. But you got to keep yourself accountable. And every single morning, that clock resets. And you got to do it all over again. Because if every day is a fight, if every day is a battle, your life is a war. And you need to win it. Because that's the only way you're going to be happy. And once you start to realize that the fight, waging war, so to speak, right? Is one of the greatest feelings because that means that you are walking the path to pursuing your dream. You are running towards it. You're not just walking, you're chasing after it. And that's what I'm doing every single day. That's why I start my morning, without exaggeration, at 3:30 in the morning for reals, so that I can have more hours to be ahead of everybody trying to get ahead of me because I want it that much more. I hope everybody has a beautiful day. You do something big, you do something great. And tomorrow, you're 1% better. Because if you're 1% better every single day in 100 days, you'll be a better version of yourself. So I look forward to hearing about anybody 99 days from now and how much better they are from taking charge of their life. And for everybody else listening, In 99 days, I will be a better version because I'm getting after it. I hope everybody has a beautiful day. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Peace.